If I Were a Carpenter, I really liked this. I thought this was really fun and sweet. I loved the animation. I loved the song. And also just the kind of idea or story behind it of are the things that I do or the titles that I put on myself what makes someone more appealing to somebody else, or is it the truth of the person beneath, and is that maybe what's the reason for initial attraction but not for lasting commitment? But this kind of idea of like, if I were a carpenter and you were a lady, and there was class and there was society and there were other things trying to, get in between, would we still have the, that love story? Which I think is such an interesting concept. We see it again and again and again throughout songs and movies and books, and it's because it is relatable. You instinctively are, rooting for them to overcome. And anyway, I really enjoyed how this was done. I loved the artistry of it. I loved, like I said, I thought the song was really fun and catchy. And there's something just wonderfully hopeful about kind of rooting in the, maybe it could read as insecure, but this idea of, no, I love you even if you're a carpenter, yet I'd love you through all the crazy circumstances that you might come up with in your head, I think is wonderful.
I Were a Carpenter. So I really like this idea of drawings set to a song by Bobby Darin called If I Were a Carpenter, and I honestly didn't even know about that until I looked it up. So I don't think I've ever heard this song. So I really liked it, and I liked the lyrics, and the drawings were really well done. It made me curious, like how many drawings you would need for a short of this length. And just the design of them and the coloring. I love that most of them are black and white, but then you just kind of hinted at color here and there, which kind of made those elements stand out more because they weren't all in color or all in black and white. So really well done and so much fun to watch. I appreciate it. So great job.
If I Were a Carpenter is a mesmerizing film. The animation effectively matches the song lyrics, skillfully morphing from one image into another. I like the structure of the story, starting with a carpenter noticing the sophisticated debutante at a posh restaurant while he works in the background. The development of their relationship, I think, establishes a cohesiveness to the images as the wife transitions from one type of lifestyle to another with the carpenter. This is a really great film with the use of minimalist hand-drawn animation.
The lyrics combined with the pencil sketching of this video really show well together. They're combined to show the insecurity of this man wondering if a woman who looks like a lady while she's out on a date with another guy would actually want him. It's the insecurity where often we see insecurities for women, but not so much for men. And it's good to see it on the reverse, because really it's showing that he can provide for her. He can give her a family and the life of security that most women would want. And yet the insecurity is still there, saying, would you actually want me if I do this, if I do that, if I was a carpenter? And he goes through a few other trades because he thinks she's above him. And it really goes down to not only male insecurity, but human insecurities, that oftentimes we think a person is out of our league when it comes to romantic relationships. And really there's only one way to know, is to ask. Because he's pointing out all the good points about why he would be a good spouse. And the pencil sketching is just something you don't really see for animation much. Most things are done on a computer now, or they're AI. And the fact that the animator took time to actually sketch out every frame is a great feat in and of itself.